Good morning, afternoon, evening, good time zone. Welcome to the stream. Starting off with Hydrate again. Today we are playing NIKKE, so we have a few things on the list to do. First of all, we have the final scene in the event for hard mode. Or how patch notes manifest. Well, currently we're processing. The intro thing was give Jelly Kata, but we'll see what the patch notes entail for me. Actually, that entails I get mine broken. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. So yeah, we are going to be pulling for Liberalio, or as people are now calling her, Libby. We are going to look at the hard mode scene for Goddessfall, then we are also going to be going through all the cutscenes for Rebuild Eden. This is the minigame with the most cutscenes so far. So we'll see how that goes. Also, mouth tracking, why are you not tracking? Processing a random new objects. It's over here. So we're gonna save the crystals for after, or at least this one. We're gonna open the purple one. On the other hand, please hold will probably mean someone falling. As expected. Okay, we're gonna keep these for later because we're gonna get a lot of these after pulling, depending on how it goes. Let's save this. It's like a crossword quiz. We might as well start with the pulls. So, how are we feeling in terms of RNG today is the question. I don't know, how are you guys doing? Hopefully everyone's doing well. My day, was going decently. We'll see how it goes after pulls. Is that a good sign? Is that a good sign we're in friendship right now? Praise be Tetra. Game. It's still, it's not Tetra. That's useless. She's already maxed. She's already coursed. Best thing to the fight. Why is she surrounded by Tetra? I already have Core 7 Naga, that does nothing for me. Pain. "12 days of Tetra." Full counters, but why are there 3 neon? That's a good sign, probably. Let's do our free pulls first. Isn't she a really bad spy? Yeah, she was. We have 3 of her now. Is that a good sign? I don't know. She's Elysion. so it doesn't say much. Okay, last free pull. I don't know how to feel about that. Is our RNG good today or bad? It's hard to tell. Dima, thank you for the raid. How did your stream go? You're playing Silent Hill F, right? I'm good? That's good. Hey, welcome Raiders. I am Coco Pass. We are playing NIKKE today, and we just started polling. So, you're here to watch me suffer, is what's happening. If you need to take a break and leave, I understand. If you want to stay for the ride, welcome on in. Crispy Biscuit now. Still want to shove Spirit up Fox Guy's ass? I have no idea what's happening in the Silent Hill F story, but if you say so, fair enough. What's here? Everyone already knows who you are, but might as well. Very good game? Well, that's good. Sounds like you're enjoying it despite wanting to murder a few people. Trying this. My brain got derailed. What were we doing? We have two temples in here. You can enjoy a game, yet still want to shove a sphere or a fan up some character's ass. That is true. The pre-pulls have been going a little weird today. Anyways, praise be Biscuit. Does it have to be a sphere or a fan, or does any item work? As long as it's up there. Very last one. Another neon. So another neon. Another games. We had 3 neons in a row already. Don't do it again. A sledgehammer would work right now. The hell is this temple? Gosh, fucking damn it. Hello, Moran. What is this temple? 3 neons in a row, 2 pianos, 2 rappies, and a tetra. I like how you guys are just like, the moment there's a tetra going on the screen, you just scream tetra. Moran, like the helper of poverty. Oh, days. Okay, we got a tetra. Surely we're gonna get something good now. Moran's actually not bad for PvP purposes. And only PvP purposes. Where is she? I am blind. There she is. Should we like ready and go to the falls? She likes dinosaurs. On the first day of... Okay, I need to read that in the tone. On the first day of Christmas, a true gave to me entertainment. That's actually fun to read. Cute. Moran is cute. Mustang did the funny indeed. Okay, we have more things to converse because we got a Naga of all things. Rip this open. It's Aline. Okay. Not really use her, but not the worst we could get. Another issue, where is she? Okay, it is time, I believe. Yes, it is time for the Libby polls. I am polling for Libby. I am trying to save as much gold mileage for New Year's as possible. We have more polls because Anniversary is very giving with tickets. We'll see if we get any. Crispy biscuit. I don't want a biscuit from a Libby banner. That's all I asked for. You guys are gonna curse me. Why am I getting so much neon tonight? So they got her off the free daily. That was bullshit, by the way. Nan, are you trying to tell me something? You're showing up every single temple. Gotta fake out. Need a NIKKE for minor amount of brain damage. Bacillus. Mana. Okay. What did Mana do? It's not her choice to be in Bacillus. Speaking of which, the main developer for like the story and the content, they've been doing a lot of interviews lately. One of the random things they mentioned during one of the interviews was for the Bunny Girl event. So they always do a Bunny Girl event every year, right? And usually it's only Tetra because Mustang. But they revealed that other faction characters are gonna become Bunny Girls next year. So we'll see who they choose. So much neon. This is going better than last full stream. Last full stream wasn't horrible. It was the one before that. In terms of Livy, I am probably going to need to stop at 100 just because I don't have that many gems left. And use like the free temple that we get from there, unless we get her now. The Jew who never wanted to come home, exactly. Oh? That's trolling, yep. Elysion, that's not what we're looking for. Who is it? I got 2 of you today now. I don't need 2 of you. Tetra into Tetra into Bacillus into Bacillus. Flora. We're getting every faction besides Pilgrim. Okay, we got Amana, we got another Celine, and we got Flora. And I need to do this right after getting them because otherwise I'm gonna forget who I got. I just want 1 Liberalio, that's all I ask. I just don't want to use tickets if possible. Another god. Ravi. There. More bonfire dancing. God fucking damn it. You again? You again? Game, this isn't how percentages work. You don't give me the same people over and over again. That's not how it works. The bonfire is working at least for Tetra. It's working for Tetra. I don't want Tetra.
Oh,
1 more, then we're gonna have to get her through tickets. That's a dud. Okay, so you're telling me the only thing I got from that was Tetra. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save those tickets for later on. We're throwing in the towel there. Gotta love Moran. I don't hate Moran. Everyone loves Moran. I just don't want to see Tetra on a Pilgrim banner. Get her through the daily. So it's either this, and I usually do this if I can't get the character on the very last day through dailies. So we'll see if I get lucky. If not, 200 mileage down the drain. Because there are people who use mileage on the first day after going broke, only to get them through the free daily pool the next day and, like, rage about it on Twitter. So we're not doing that. So's for a hit when you need her. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on the dailies to see if there's any hope there. If not, we have over 1,000 mileage. So, it's not that bad. I'll take the Morans. It helps for PvP, but still. Okay, so we still have this, which I need to exchange more of those in the shop. The only thing this can do is give me more Tetra, honestly. Crazy Moran. Rip it open. That's all the factions, isn't it? That's Tetra. Elysium is still, yeah, we got all three. And we failed one. Lovely. Now we have one of these. That's another Tetra. Yep, today was just Tetra. Lovely. The bonfire works. This is your fault, Orvite. You're the one summoning all the Tetra to me. It was Tetra Elysium. Either way, we got Tetra both times. Why are you core 6? Why do I have so many of you? So Veneer, does that mean Mega Bonfire for Biscuit? No. 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 It's like how you leave cookies and milk out for Santa, you leave biscuits out with the camp. Not the camp. With the fire going. Yes, 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 no, no, no. The gift will be entertainment. Okay, next thing on the list, since that failed horribly. Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. The next thing on the list is the hard mode scene for Goddess Fall, so the very last thing you see. Again, if you're doing this by yourself, spoiler warnings for this one scene. We did biscuits out for holes and biscuits that was cocoa. Today's a very Tetra day, apparently. Stormbringer. Don't ask why I know that intro. I feel like I can identify most bosses from like the first 1 second of the intro. Okay, cutscene. Yeah. We must needs borrow the strength of the Ark. We will do no such thing. I'd really rather not. Sounds like pain and suffering went into fighting the bosses before. Most bosses, you feel pain and suffering at some point as you're climbing the ranks. Hello, Dorothy.
歓迎されない話と分かってはおりましたが、ここまでにべもないとは。
I did reckon this matter would not be met with welcome, yet ne'er did I foresee so chill a reception.
しかし、聞いていただかねばなりません。
Pray attend closely.
詳しい因果は不明ですが、クイーンのボディからリリーバイスらしき人影が出現しました。
How it came to pass I cannot rightly discern, but from the queen's body did Lilywise appear.
状況から考えて、本人とは考え
By her state and demeanor, 'tis plain she is not the true Lilywise.
難い。最も可能性が高いのは、リリーバイスのボディがクイーンに奪取された疑い。
The most reasonable supposition is that the queen has, by some means, seized the body of Lilywise.
すなわち、クイーンは未だ健在ということです。
In sooth, the queen has survived us.
一方で、こちらは多くのものを失っています。
Meanwhile, grievous losses have we suffered.
二度と同じ戦力は出せないでしょう。
The strength we once possessed returneth not.
クイーンはアークにとっても必ず討ち取るべき敵です。
Moreover, the queen is a foe the Ark must needs vanquish.
手を組まない理由がありません。
There lieth no cause for us to forbear alliance with them.
断る。
I refuse.
確実な準備と攻撃手段があれば勝てる相手だ。
If we strike after thorough preparation, victory is certain.
準備とはどのような？
What manner of preparation dost thou speak?
今の状況ではアークと手を組む他に勝算はありません。それは確かです。
In the present plight, naught remaineth for us but to clasp hands with the Ark, else victory is beyond our reach. This, verily, is certain.
まあ、それでも結構。あなた方に反対されようとも、私が従う必要はありません。
So it is, whether ye oppose or consent, 'tis as little concern to me.
私がアークに助けを求めれば、それで済むことです。
All that behoveth is that I hie me unto the Ark and entreat thou scarer.
好きにしろ。
Do as ye please.
分解されないといいですね。
Consider yourself fortunate if you are not scrapped.
自尊心を天秤にかけている時ではありません。いかなる手を使ってでも。
Pride hath no place at this hour. Use what means thou must.
必要ないと言っている。
I said we have no need for them, monk.
私も同じ意見です。
I agree.
ヨハン、外を見てください。
Cast thine eyes out the window, young hero Johann.
何が見えますか？
What dost thou see?
地上が見える。
The surface.
どう見えますか？
Pray, how doth thou find it?
自然が広がり、静かでいいとお思いですか？
Is it delightful to behold nature at peace and in resplendent blossom?
何が言いたい？
Get to the point.
私は嫌いです。
I abhor it.
この地上のありさまに憎しみさえ覚えるほど。
The sight thereof doth fill me with loathing.
地上には巨大な建築物が立ち並び、車が走り、人々で賑わっているべきです。
I delight in great buildings rising skyward, carriages coursing hither and thither, the throngs of mankind in lively commotion.
こんな虚しい世界は見たくもない。
This desolate world, I tell thee, is a spectacle most vile.
そして、世界がこうなった元凶がある。
Pray, what deemest thou hast rendered this place so forlorn?
すべてはあれ、奴らのせいです。
'Tis on account of them.
ラプチャーとそのクイーン。
Raptures and their queen.
奴らこそが世界をこのようにしてしまった。
By their hand is the world thus brought low.
慣れてしまいましたか？
Hast thou grown accustomed thereto?
もう何十年とこの地上で過ごして見慣れてしまったのですか？
After decades upon this barren surface, has this wretched scene become familiar unto thee?
私は全く好きになれない。
As for me, I shall never grow fond of it.
幾千の私が地上の姿をこの目に収め、それでもなお
Through thousands of mine replicas have gazed upon this land a countless number of times, still do I hold it at abhorrence.
ただの一箇所でさえ見慣れた景色にはしたくありません。
No spot doth invite my gaze. All appeareth loathsome unto my eyes.
アークの力を借りたくない。自尊心ですか？それとも許せないからですか？
Dost thou spurn the aid of the ark, out of pride, or because thou canst not forgive their trespass?
正気を保ってください。襟好みをしている時ではありません。
Awaken thyselves. Now is no hour for trifling with petty matters.
クイーンが地上に戻り、最強のニケ、リリー・バイスが乗っ取られているのですよ。
The queen hath descended, and she hath seized the body of the strongest NIKKE, lily-wise.
賞賛がありますか？万に一つの賞賛でも。
Seest thou any prospect of triumph, even the slightest chance of thereof?
あるはずもない。
Nay, thou seest it not.
それでも自力で地上を取り戻せると思うなら、もはやうぬぼれです。
And yet thou persistest in prating of reclaiming the surface by thine own strength. What hubris!
地上で長く過ごしすぎて判断力を失っているのでは。
Is this me, or does Nitha get like 100% more ye old English when she's angry than not? Hast thy wits been undone by too long a sojourn upon this forsaken land?
どうか現実に向かい合ってください。
Prithee, behold the truth.
あなた方ほどの器がなぜこのような。
How can folk of thy stature be thus?
方法はあります。
There is a way.
どのような。
Pray, a way to what?
手を借りる必要はありません。利用すればいいのです。
A method to wield the ark's power without borrowing it.
アークは第3次地上奪還戦を計画中です。
The ark is currently preparing for the third surface reclamation war.
手に入った新技術に目をくらませ、密かに力を蓄えています。
They're enamored with their new technology and have been quietly amassing power in secret.
新技術
New technology.
そうです。エデンからの
Yes, Eden's technology.
漏洩させていた理由はそれですか？
So that's why you've been smuggling out data.
私は風を吹き込んだに過ぎません。
From fanning the flames.
クイーンという終着点が見えれば、きっとますます燃え上がるはずです。
If the queen is their goal, that makes stoking the fire even easier.
時が来たら、私たちはそれを利用するだけ。
When the time comes, we'll use that to our advantage.
アークは全力を挙げて地上を目指すでしょう。
The ark will pour everything they have into the surface.
そうして手に入れたものを
And whatever they gain from wasting their strength,
私たちは横からさらえばいいのです。
we can take it from them.
余計に悪いね
And that is far worse.
なぜですか？
Why?
卑劣なやり方だ
That is utterly despicable.
あくまで拒むとおっしゃるなら、代案を聞かせていただきたいところです。
Cease thy lamentations. Rather than disparaging each notion, I entreat thee to henceforth proffer thine own counsel.
勝算のない戦いを続けたいわけではないのでしょう。
To charge into a conflict bereft of all hope of triumph doth not, verily, constitute a sound stratagem.
あいつに力を借りる
We will borrow his power.
もしや、旦那の
Dost thou speak of the great hero?
そう
Yes.
わかりました。反対はしません。
So it is. I make no objection there too.
ただし
Yet.
あいつの協力が得られない、あるいは協力できない状況の時、
If he refuses to cooperate, or cooperation is impossible,
そして協力を得ても勝算が立たない時、
or even with his help, there is no chance of victory,
その時はアークの力を借りよう。
then we turn to the Arc for aid.
私も嫌いだ。
I hate it too.
こんな虚しい世界は。
This hollow world.
わかりました。感謝の念に耐えません。
Understood. My thanks to thee.
整備に戻れ。
Make preparations.
あいつへの連絡は私がしておく。
I'll be the one to contact him. That explains the ending of the last thing we saw. Johan turns around and walks away.
ヨハン、
Johan.
ハランとイサベルとノアは
Yeah, about them. Haran, Isabel, and Noah.
ドロシー、
Dorothy.
お前はインヘルトおよびエデンから除名された。
Oh. You're hereby expelled from both Inherit and Eden.
二度と顔を見せる。
You are not to return.
何を驚いている？予想もできなかった。
Why are you so surprised? If you didn't see this coming,
それなら頭の中は相当な花畑だったよう
you're dumber than I thought.
だ。消えろ。
Leave.
お前が言った通り、楽園の門をくぐれるのは選ばれた者だけだ。
As you said, only the chosen may set foot in paradise.
みんな生きられるかしら。
Okay, she kind of deserved it, to be fair. Like, ignoring everything else, she leaked Eden's tech. Are they all going to make it?
マリアンとフレンとラプンツェルはなんとかなりそうなのだ。
Marion, Scarlet, and Rapunzel shall manage somehow, it seemeth. How, though? Marion is missing her core. Scarlet is, non-operational, barely hanging on. Rapunzel is reduced to a brain. How?
しかし、ノアという子は。
But that child Noah.
いや、私の聞き間違いだったのだ。
And nay, perchance I heard amiss.
みんな順調だと聞いたのだ。助かるはずなのだ。
'Tis said all goes smoothly, yeah. 'Tis said they shall live.
そう、よかった。
Noah's brain was, overheated. I don't know about that. Okay, that's a relief.
パピヨンでしたか？
Opinion, was it?
そうよ。
Yes, Crown.
お茶でもいかがでしょう？
May I offer you a cup of tea?
お茶？
Tea, is it?
ええ。
Yes.
そうね。ここでうじうじしてたって何も変わらないわ。
Sure. No point just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. It won't change a thing.
お茶でも飲みながら話しましょう。
Come on, let's have some tea and a little chat.
その通りですわ。
That would be lovely.
キロ、ピクニックセットを。
The fact that they're not showing Crown means she's still, somewhat in pieces. At least the giant ass gash going down her shoulder chest area. Kilo, please prepare the picnic set.
タロス、ピクニックセット F をお願い。
Tell us, could you prepare picnic set F?
了解。セットします。
Roger, setting up now.
そんなもの持ち歩いてるの？
You go around carrying stuff like that. Like this.
はい。いつ何が起きるかわからないので、
Yes, you never know what might happen.
心を落ち着かせるにはこれが一番なんです。
And there's really nothing better than this to calm your nerves.
そう
Right.
確かに気持ちの問題ね
So the mind is the problem.
やはり結局は
So in the end,
ドロシー
Dorothy.
スノーホワイト
Yes, Snow White.
戻ってこい
Come back.
クイーンという共通の目標ができた
We have a common goal, the Queen.
もうそんなことはやめて一緒に行こう
So stop that disgraceful work and fight alongside me.
そんなことですか
Disgraceful work.
あなたも私のやっていることが卑劣だと思うのですか
Do you also think what I'm doing is disgraceful?
私はあなたたちのために
I'm doing this all for you. My brain shuffled some words. I'm doing this for all of you.
自分のためだろ
No, you're doing it for yourself.
私たちは許した
We have forgiven them.
お前もそうしろ
Now it's your turn to forgive.
好きにすればいいでしょ
Go ahead and forgive them as much as you like.
う私はお断りです
I have her shan't. Shan't? Shan't? Shan't.
クイーンは
The Queen
お姉ちゃんを冒涜した
is defiling one of our own.
今なんと
What did you just say?
許すことは絶対にできない
I'll never forgive her for this.
安らかに眠っているべきお姉ちゃんの体を
Yeah, the fact that she remembers everything now. Lilith should be sleeping peacefully in her resting place.
奴は奪った
But that monster stole her.
スノーホワイトまさか記憶が
You remember?
だからドロシ
So Dorothy,
一緒に行こ
come and fight with me.
うリリーバイスという世界で一番美しい花を
Let's kill the guy
悪びれもせず踏みにじったやつに
who so casually snapped off Lilith,
報いよ
the most beautiful flower in the world.
あと少しです
There isn't much time left.
本当にあと少しなのです
Really, not much. So,
お前は
you
本当に変わってしまった
have changed a lot. Dorothy flies away, disappearing into the air. Snow White lingers, staring blankly at her retreating figure. For a long moment, a sad realization dawns on her. Those days are gone, never to return. The once brilliant past has now completely faded. Goddess fallen.
驚きましたね
Hello, Mirror. You are so bitch slappable. Something extraordinary has occurred.
他に言いようがありません
Verily, 'tis even so.
だからあれほどまでにリリスのボディを望んでいたのですね
So this is why you're so desperate to get Lilyweiss's body.
クイーンの本体だけが崩壊するなんてアンチェインドの濃度は十分以上だったはず
Never expected the Vapis to only destroy the Queen's main body, considering how concentrated it must have been.
古いボディのままでもかなりの規格外だったということでしょう
It must be because her physical body was truly, in every sense, a monster.
それにしてもトーカティブに言ったことが現実になるとは思いもよりませんでした
I would have thought the lie I told Chatterbox would actually come true. I really didn't see this coming.
今回の事態が別の予期せぬ連鎖を引き起こすかもしれません
Verily, this may give rise unto another unforeseen events as well.
その方が望ましいです
I do hope so.
レンは
What about Scarlet?
ひどい状態です。
She doth not fare exceedingly well.
ほぼ作り直しと変わらないとか。
She said she must needs be remade from the very foundations. AKA her whole body is shattered, but she's still hanging on.
作り直し？じゃあどうなるの？
From scratch? What happens then?
記憶は残って。
Hi, Smashville person. Hello, Red. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Will her memories be intact? Will... Rose's body goes limp, like a puppet with severed strings.
いけませんね。大事な話に割り込まないでください。
Tired, life sucks, but when does it not? Life always sucks, it just sucks less in certain moments. Really now, why interrupt an important discussion? Mirror, how dare you?
自我が強すぎるのも良し悪しですね。
This is precisely why having too strong a sense of self can be a problem.
それでマリアンは？
Holy booba, she got big boob. She also got big thighs and ass. She has big everything. Mirror is the definition of if evil, why hot to most of the community. Smash next question. What about Marion?
疑似的なコアを使う形でどうにかできそうです。
It doth appear that she may indeed be sustained by the fixing of a pseudocore.
当然、本来のコアではありませんので、出力は大きく制限されるでしょう。
I'm being forced to drink water again. Water the plant? Not you too. I'm not a plant. He was brainwashing everyone. Yet since 'tis not her proper core, its vigor shall not be infinite, nor her output without bounds.
死んではいないというだけです。
Just kidding, can't smash if you're a plant. Some people would disagree in the monster fucking category. Some of those people would disagree. Verily, 'tis more measure to clutch at the thread of her life than aught else.
脳が無事だったことは幸いです。クイーン因子も残っているようですね。
Thank goodness, her brain remains intact. Some queen gene may yet remain.
因子を吸収されてしまいました。
Verily, the queen has absorbed young Lady Marion's queen gene.
クイーンとしての支配の影響力はもはや比較にもなりません。
Her dominion as a queen is now beyond all compare.
残ってはいるのでしょ？でしたらどうとでもなります。
The queen gene isn't entirely gone, is it? Then something can still be done.
無論どうとでもする方法はあなたたちの課題になりますが。
Of course, that something is a problem for you to solve.
それはさておき、本当にこれからどうするのですか？
But really, how do you plan on dealing with this?
最強のニケ、リリー・バイスのボディを持つクイーン。
The queen who now has the body of the strongest NIKKE, Lily-wise.
戦うつもりなのでしょ？
How do you intend to defeat her? If monster, why sexy?
検討中です。
This I do ponder.
存分に悩んでください。
Hey, if there's a hole, there's a goal. If you're brave enough, anything, and I mean anything, is fuckable. You really should think things through.
悩み抜いて慎重に確実な手を打つ必要がありますよ。
Carefully, patiently, until you're absolutely sure. Mere you saying that is very ironic.
私は
As for me,
何事もなかったふりをしてクイーンの膝元に
I can return to the queen anytime.
いつでも帰ることができますか
As if nothing happened.
マリアンの賞賛が立たなければそうするしかありません。
If I see that Marion has no chance, then I suppose I must. Take Donkey from Czech as your role model, bro, for the dragon.
そのつもりならここで我々の関係を終わりとした方が良いのでは。
Well, here's the thing here. Technically, I'm the dragon in this situation. If that be so, would it not be wise to dissolve the alliance forthwith?
正直に言えば今後のことを考えると互いに利益があるとは思えないのです。
Verily, I discern no further advantage may be had from thee henceforth.
言われてみるともっともですね。
Mirror is very strong. You see two very big reasons why. Okay, here's the thing with Mirror, aka Red Shoes. Not only does she have the biggest booba in the game, besides probably Tia or Brid, she has the biggest thighs in the game, she has the biggest ass, and her weapon is stepping on people. She fights by stepping on people. So if you're into that, you definitely need to just to stare at Booba. I mean, fair enough. Oh my, I suppose you're right.
一つ提案があります。
I have a proposition, verily.
いいでしょう。今の状況では一番見込みがありそうです。
Alright, given the circumstances, that does seem like our best chance.
話が早くて助かります。
'Tis fortunate thou art quick of perception.
私はクイーンの元へ向かいます。
I'll stay close to the queen.
最新情報を適宜お届けしますから有効に活用してください。
And send you the latest intel as it comes in, so be sure to make good use of it.
あら、そういえばもう分身がいませんね。すべて使い切ってしまったはず。
Also, yes, you'd let her step on you. I feel like a lot of people would. Alright, you don't have any clones left, right? You obliterated them all.
情報はどう伝えればいいでしょう。
Then how am I supposed to deliver this top-grade intel to you?
まだ残していたのですね。
You still have some left, don't you?
よくお分かりで。
So it is.
どれほどですか？
How many?
常にあなたの近くにいるようにしますので、ご心配なく。
Ever shall I remain beside thee, so let thy mind be untroubled.
一体どれだけ増やしたのでしょう。
Just how many of these did you make?
ともあれ、話はまとまりました。
Alright then, time to get moving.
お互い力を尽くしましょう。
Let's give it everything we've got.
私たちのクイーンのために。
For our queen. I don't know how to feel about Nayata. Just cosplay as Miri, you'll make people drop dead. There have been plenty of people who have already cosplayed her the first time her design was introduced. And my god, they have the assets to do
守る
it.
ことができてよかったです。
The people who cosplay NIKKE, like, professionally cosplay, they are good. They also do not care how much ass and booba is hanging out. Also, the comment about dropping dead is very funny with what happens for one of the events. Send pics for a friend. So, it's not Mir in terms of her name for cosplayers. If you search up like NIKKE Red Shoes cosplay, that's what that design is. And those cosplayers are They're stacked. Valuable info. Yeah, red shoes cosplay NIKKE. They are very good at what they do. They have the body to do it, I will say. Okay, so that was the hard mode scene. Next up we have the minigame scenes. It's meant to be red shoes. Name is red. I suppose so, yes. Red shoes is, how do I put this? Her personality's interesting. She's not exactly a yonder, but she has the face expressions of a yonder at times. I don't know if that adds points or detracts them for you. So I mean, fuck, I need it. Okay, I think that adds points. Yeah, she's not exactly right in the mind, but if you like being dominated, I think you'll have a fun time. You'll have a swell time with her. Don't downplay yourself. Sure, you have the access to cosplay mirror. I do not have the booba, because that booba, that's an ungodly size of booba. I have the thighs though, actually. The issue with Mir, she is very tall. I think she's like 6 foot something. With the shoes, like with the leg weaponry. She's one of the tallest NIKKE. Yes, you do, very much so. Yeah, I think red shoes is made for you. Okay, this is some minigame cutscenes to rebuild Eden. I believe I have all the cutscenes since I've finished the minigame. That's there. Good grief. Cecil looks all around her. Everything's been smashed to pieces. Yeah. Fortunately, the core defense system is still functional. So we were able to protect the power grid and other critical infrastructure. However, Eden's Spear, along with most other facilities, was completely destroyed. No matter how urgent the situation is, if we leave them in this state without repairs, we will face problems with our defense systems and the reactivation of Eden's Spear. That doesn't sound good. Eden's population is at its highest since its establishment. Even then, it's not that much. But it's all hands on deck defending against the Raptures. Pulling anyone away to help with repairs isn't in the cards. I figured as much. We're all well aware that the Queen is trying to annihilate us right now. Don't worry. Luckily for us, not all of the repair robots were destroyed. We built a few precisely for situations like this. What do you mean? You'll see for yourself later. You should get back to the battlefield. In any case, things are way better than when Eden was first established. Everything is not as hopeless as it seems. Leave this to me and get back to leading the operation. I'm counting on you, Cecil. Got it? Yon leaves to take command. Now that no one's in the way, Cecil takes out a tablet. Let's get these repairs underway, shall we? Cecil types away at the keyboard of the main computer. Okay, repair progress is at... not bad. The basic infrastructure should be running fine now. As for the video recordings from each area, a warning message appears on the screen. I can't access any of them. Cecil taps the main computer's keyboard. No issue with the black box. Looks like the system became inaccessible during the restoration process. Still, I want to make sure. Well, a file pops up on the screen. The only thing I can see now is only this footage. Cecil plays the video. Loading. Beginning playback. Coming in. This is the main laboratory that will serve as the foundation of our operations. Dorothy and Johan follow Cecil's lead as they enter into the laboratory. This is better than I anticipated. Absolutely, it's lovely. We came together faster than I expected. This is going to be the framework for everything, after all. Given how long this laboratory has been abandoned on the surface, I thought everything inside would be ruined. But surprisingly, there were many things we could salvage. Is that so? Yeah, the main power source is big and in surprisingly good shape. Fixing a few broken cords and replacing some lost components should be enough to get it up and running again. The building itself is in good condition as well. Excellent news all around. Nicely done, Cecil. You both did a great job hunting down all the parts I needed too. Sure. Don't mention it. Okay, so this minigame... the minigame cutscenes happen after the last scene, before hard mode. Huh. Yeah, this is after Dorothy returns and they're still trying to make everything back to normal. Fair enough. I'm impressed that you were aware of a place like this. Was it something you picked up back in your days with the Goddess Squad? I've already told you to be mindful about bringing that up. Sorry about that. So does what you know about this place come from your past experiences? Does it even matter? What matters is that this place will be a place where we start all over again. True. Or is this way in the past? I need more context. It's either while they're rebuilding everything or when they first started to build Eden. Dorothy slowly turns around, taking in the base around her. At long last, we can finally begin. Finally. The foundation has been laid to create a new NIKKE squad that will uphold their legacy. And with that, the cornerstone of a new paradise which this squad will protect has been established. A new NIKKE squad, new weapons, a new paradise. The tainted history of hypocrisy shall be rewritten, and a new story will begin. And this is where it all begins. Still a bit of a gamble. We don't know when or where we'll find NIKKEs capable of wielding the weapons we created. Okay, this is way back in the past. Even if we do, there's no way to know if they'll be on the same page as us. Still, we finally reached the starting line. That's right. What about you, Johan? Do you like this place? Johan carefully examines the surroundings. Johan? What's the name of this place? Huh? What should I call this place? Seems you're not asking about the purpose of this place. You really were just asking for its name. Well, let me think. Dorothy, you're the one who proposed building this place. So it's only fitting for you to come up with a name. Do you have anything in mind? Eden. Eden? In this place, no one will be exploited for their weakness. No one will be sacrificed for their strength. It will be a true paradise. Only those who have the power to survive on their own will gather here, living to uphold what they consider just. So, this will be a paradise reserved for those who are worthy. We should call this place Eden. End of playback. So the playbacks are all when Eden was first established. The actual scenes are occurring between the battle and the last cutscene. Loading. Beginning playback. Okay, we're in the past again. Is this when she first joined? Her arm mildly swings around the scythe. Looks like you've gotten the hang of it. Indeed. It took some getting used to, but I think I'm there. You've adapted faster than I thought. I didn't think wielding a weapon capable of causing corrosion would be easy. Even though I'm immune to the powder. I was worried that if I used it too much, it might start to corrode too. Not it. I might start to corrode too. But the more I used it, the more natural it felt. This feather ball is starting to grow on me too. I'm glad you've adapted well. Actually, I'm still a bit bewildered. When I took your test that day, I thought I was going to die without even getting the chance to do anything. I can't believe I'm still alive. You have every right to be proud of yourself. We've had innumerable NIKKEs undergo this test, and you're the first to pass and enter this place. I see. Thought I'd spend the rest of my life wandering aimlessly with a half-broken core until the day I die. To have been given a second chance at life is thrilling indeed. Now that you've mentioned it, your core is damaged. Yes. How did that come about? It's pretty much the same old story. An ordinary NIKKE who once admired the goddess of victory. Traveling up to the surface, blinded by the noble cause of reclaiming it. Burned my life away in battle and damaged my core. When my so-called comrades found out, they used me as bait for the rapturers and ran away. It's a common occurrence. You've never thought about seeking revenge. Of course I have. At first my mind was consumed purely by the instinct to survive. Just so I can demand an explanation from my so-called comrades. That thought was what kept me going and helped me stay alive. However, when I finally found them, they had become bait themselves and were completely wiped out. They were holding nothing but their radios, clenched tightly in their hands, the same ones that had sent countless distress calls to the Ark. It was then I finally realized, regardless of who we were, all of us had been abandoned. We weren't the goddesses of victory. We were simply lambs being sent to the slaughter. And the Ark. They were the cause of everything. I thought I was doomed to die. I didn't expect to enjoy this kind of luxury. Don't think of it as a luxury. Remember what I told you? Nothing in this place comes without a price. Dorothy is right. I'll mend you and give you the equipment you need. And in exchange, you have to dedicate yourself entirely to Eden's cause. Yes, very well. In exchange, the strong will never have to sacrifice themselves for the weak. And no one will exist merely to be sacrificed. Everyone here fights for Eden with everything they've got, pure and simple. Alright. Fine by me. End of playback. We're gonna go through all three of them, aren't we? Loading. Beginning playback. After what happened in the event, this is kind of a slap in the face doing all this at the end. What in the world is going on? No matter how many times I check, there's nothing wrong with the weapons. Forget about aerial maneuvers, you can't even get off the ground. What a letdown. Even if you have no prior experience in aerial combat, this is just pathetic. I can't believe you passed my test. Where's that fire inside you used to have? Is it really the best you can do? Anyway, what's the point? I'm just wasting my breath. Next time you better show more skill than this. This has nothing to do with whether or not you pass the test. The paradise has no place for those who aren't worthy. Dorothy leaves. What's gotten into you? What? You're not taking this training seriously. I don't see any drive in you, nor any joy in the life you've fought so hard to survive. You don't want to die. Read that wrong. Do you want to die? Is that it? Is that how it seems? Yes, maybe I do. Why? I don't see the point in trying so hard to live. You believe life has no meaning. Love is essential to live. Love? Yes, living for something you care about. That is what I live for. Back then, yeah, I loved the Ark. Even though I never knew I existed. And I loved my hometown. I loved the people I grew up with. The comrades who once spoke of reclaiming the surface and defeating the Rapturers together. The countless humans from the Ark who saw us off as we set out for the Second Surface Reclamation War. I loved all of them, with all my heart. But when we lost the war, they told us there was no place to house our battered forces, and packed us onto the surface elevator and set us back up. I did everything I could to contact the Ark and save my dying comrades, but they never responded. They ridiculed our attempts at communication, accusing us of being Rapturous spies. When I watched my comrades curse the Ark with their final breaths, I finally realized that the love I had felt was always unreciprocated. I had given everything in the name of love, and this was the outcome. Once I realized that all that was left was rage, my life felt hollow. Everything I used to love and care for had lost all meaning. I had loved and devoted myself wantonly, but at least my feelings were genuine. Then tell me, why did you survive? What? Dorothy's tests aren't easy. If you went through the same tests as I did, then they must have been so brutal that no one would think we were fighting the same NIKKE. You probably faced death more times than you can count. And yet you passed the test. What I'm saying is that you survived because you wanted to love again, didn't you? That's why you endured such torment and survived. What if you look for it again? for something to love. After all, we've been blessed with the gift of long life. Look for something to love again. Will I ever find it? If you can't find anything to love in all that time, then it starts eating away at you. Until you start wishing for death. When that happens, I'll end your suffering. Isabel stares intently at Haran. Haran returns her gaze. Do you really mean that? Yes, because I know how painful it is to live a meaningless life. Alright. We'll do as you say. A wise decision. I'm Isabel. What's your name? Name's Haran. Looking forward to working with you. To become someone capable of loving again. That's impossible, right? End of playback. That person Isabel loved became the commander. Oh, that noise. Loading. Beginning playback. Is it time for Noah? I'm coming from the front. Haran swings her scythe. On the right. I'll cover you. And our backs exposed. Dorothy pivots and aims at the raptor standing behind her. Claire. Test complete. Ending simulation. It sure can be pretty challenging to respond quickly when unexpected variables arise. If it hadn't been for Dorothy, things could have been even worse. What was that back there? Dorothy? Isabel, you had tunnel vision. The one on long-range duty should have covered as much ground as possible. You had a bird's-eye view, but you missed too many things. Back in the day, even with a short flight time, the long-range units would clear the field fast, so the close and mid-range units didn't have to worry at all. She's strict, she is very strict. Meal, you move like a snail up there. I see. Same with you, Haran. If you're in charge of melee combat, shouldn't you be the one spotting the enemies and reacting before I do? In the past, others would just charge in and take out the enemies without me having to say a word. She's comparing them to the Goddess Squad. Of course they're not gonna live up to their expectations at that point. Shouldn't both of you be able to instinctively react without needing to be told? If you don't make any progress, how are you supposed to defeat high-level raptors on the surface? Dorothy. Who exactly are you fighting alongside? Huh? The variables we introduced into today's simulation were intended to teach everyone how to work together and how to react to adapt to any situation. Words not wording. We're intended to teach everyone how to work together and how to react and adapt to sudden changes. While it wasn't perfect, I'd say we achieved that goal. You, on the other hand, keep bringing up the past. Are the squadmates you think you're fighting alongside right now really Haran and Isabel? Well... Don't be silly, Johan. If not us, who else could it be? Haran? Dorothy's right. Our current performance isn't cutting it. We need to become stronger than anyone else in the Ark. We've got to work harder. That's right. I'll fly higher and faster. That way I can respond more quickly, just as Dorothy mentioned. Isabel. Alright. Let's keep at it and practice more. Johan, we want to keep training on our own. Would that be a problem? Say yourselves. Johan leaves the simulation room. Alright. Let's get some more training in before we call it a day. Okay. Should we incorporate some variables this time as well? Why are you speaking up for me? You both must realize that my demands are unreasonable. Well, we're squad mates, aren't we? That's right. Whatever it is, we're in this together. Sure, those in Eden all have their own personal preferences, but we're all fighting alongside each other to survive on the surface. That makes us comrades. But... so if we're not meeting your expectations, we should strive to do so. If this will make us trustworthy squad mates, then so be it. We need to have complete faith in each other's abilities and rely on each other to truly fight together. Don't you agree? You're right. Alright then. Let's try this again. Isabel, you operate the panel. Got it? I'll get into position. Ron, Isabel. What's wrong? Thank you for understanding. Don't mention it. I never thought I'd hear you say that. Isabel and Haran both leave. A new squad. Yeah. The past is gone. I can't go back to those days, and yet I keep holding on to it like a fool. I should focus on the present. The squad must succeed. Dorothy clenches her fist. Until I achieve what I want. End the playback. Cavalry Shield. Loading. Beginning playback. Phew. In Eden, Noah sits at the end of a quiet hallway. My oh my, that was a heavy sigh. Haran, what are you doing here? I'm so bothered by Johan scolding you during training. Of course I am. He was really harsh. You're too slow at pulling out your shield. If you hesitate like that, your allies behind you will die. Why do you hate being alone? We don't have time to babysit you on the battlefield. Don't just stand there, move. You need to work on that timid personality of yours. You're saying she went from being timid to a kusagaki. Interesting. He wants me to work on my timid personality, but I don't know how. And the fact that he's my commander is terrifying. Huh? What's so terrifying about him? Well, everything. Was he more terrifying than Eden's tests? Not to that extent. Then what are you so afraid of? Back when you took the test, you were brimming with confidence. I was braver then, because I didn't want to die. I just wanted to stay alive, no matter what. Whatever the reason, you made it, didn't you? I guess so. But now that I've made it, I keep thinking about who I really am. I'm not sure I should even be handling such insane weapons. Everyone said I wouldn't make it. That's why they left me behind. It could end up being abandoned during the mission this time too. Sorry for bothering you. I'll find a way to fix this personality of mine somehow. Noah? Yes? I was the one who put you to the test and passed you. If you don't trust yourself, then trust my judgment. You're here because of me. Your judgment? That's right. Trust my judgment and don't feel intimidated anymore. Don't let yourself get too down. I don't like being this way either, but I can't shake these feelings of intimidation. Then pretend to be arrogant. Arrogant? Picture an arrogant, confident version of yourself standing before your timid self, acting as a shield. Even if people see you as annoying, hold your head high and laugh arrogantly so you don't feel intimidated in front of others. Laughing arrogantly? What do you mean? Give me a laugh. You want me to laugh? Now that just sounds silly. Imagine you're lording above everyone else and let out a mighty guffaw. It's more like it. Now try a mocking laugh. Hee. Not like that. Hee. Be more sarcastic. So, you're saying it's Haran's fault no one's like this now? Oh dear. Okay, not bad. Now remember that laugh, and when you do it, hold your head high and stand tall. Don't let anyone else take advantage of your weakness. Present yourself as a person of strength. As a person of strength. Believe that the shield you wield is the strongest shield on the surface. Just act as high and mighty as possible. If you believe this in your heart, and act accordingly, then everyone else will follow suit and believe it as well. The strongest shield on the surface. You get it now? Yeah, I got it. I think I know what to do. Excellent. It worked. Unironically, it did work. The next day. Did you see all that? My shield blocked everything in today's mission. You guys freaked out over nothing. What would you have done if it weren't for me, the strongest shield on the surface? Haran, what did you do? What? Noah, she was so well behaved before, but now? Isabel, what are you mumbling about? You look like a complete dork. She seems so arrogant. Maybe. But at least she's got a backbone now, unlike before. That's true. Then what's the problem? Yeah, it's completely her fault. And the playback. Loading. Beginning playback. 5 Tyrant class raptors down. Mission complete. Cecil? Got it. Ending simulation. Nice job, everyone. It's over. It's finally over. Good job, all of you. We were really in sync today. I'm excited to see the results. How they do, Cecil. They all barely got a scratch on them, and the completion time is not bad. Actually, I'd say they did pretty well. Based on the standards of the other elite squads I've observed in the arc before I escaped, I doubt any of them could achieve these results. This level of performance has already surpassed our initial expectations. Seriously? It's the same with your practical combat test. I think you're pretty much ready to take on elite level raptures. Wow, did those words really come out of Cecil's mouth? We must have done really well. At this rate, we might just reclaim the surface. Don't go patting yourselves on the back just because of the test results. No one knows how you'll do in real battle. I mean, I was just saying. Come on, let's enjoy ourselves just for today. It's a happy occasion. Today we demonstrated our potential and how well we can work together. That's right. Lighten up, Commander. Yeah. We even set a new record. Should we at least have a little party? No, no party. Now let's get something to eat. What a party pooper. What's so special about that? It's just the same can of food we always have. Even if you want to eat something else, you'll need to wait until the fruits we planted have fully matured. Still, canned food tastes better than Splendidman, doesn't it? And I'm so sick and tired of eating this all the time. Don't be so picky with your food. Fine. How about we spice things up by preparing the canned food in a different way? Maybe boil in a pot or something? What kind of suggestion is that? Just thinking about it makes me feel sick. Don't be like that. Come on, let's have a party and enjoy the good mood. How about we enjoy the food we brought back from our last expedition? Then, let's check what we have in the supply storage. Improving faster than I expected. I can't believe we're already seeing such a result. We actually pulled it off. A squad worthy of carrying on the legacy. Dorothy lifts her head and looks toward our new squad mates. The scene before her is one of jubilation and an unexpected achievement. I thought it was a gamble, but we actually pulled it off. We really did it. Even though the atmosphere is one of peace, strangely, I feel empty. Dorothy walks out, leaving her other squad mates to celebrate without her. End the playback. Angel outside the circle. Loading. Beginning playback. Dorothy ventures out into the center of the sun-dappled garden. It's cold. I don't think there's anything wrong with the temperature system. Should I increase the temperature? Cecil. Would you like me to increase the indoor temperature for you, Lil? No, it's fine. What are you doing here anyway? What about the party? Everyone's excitedly getting ready, but it looks like there's not much I can contribute at this point. Let me see. Congratulations, Dorothy. Huh? We may not have achieved any real results yet, but we've effectively accomplished what you spoke of when Eden was established. Together, those who escaped the Ark and form a new squad with our own hands, one that carries on the legacy of the Goddess Squad. What felt like a gamble has almost become a reality. You're right. To be honest, I didn't expect this plan to actually come to fruition. Back then, they wanted to use my brain for a project to develop an AI that modeled after the human mind. We're getting Cecil backstory. I want to use my brain for a project to develop an AI that modeled after the human mind. One that would serve as a counter to Enoch. If you hadn't helped me escape the Ark, I probably wouldn't have agreed to join you. I thought it was an overly unrealistic gamble. And yet, despite your misgivings, you're still hanging in there. You saved my life, after all. It's the least I can do. I also got to study the Grimm's model. Weapons that now exist only in hidden records. The idea of getting to craft similar powerful weapons was exciting. We've also achieved positive results much more quickly than I ever thought possible, which makes me really happy. Glad to hear it. Okay, so Cecil, we already knew she used to be an MMR researcher, or at least one of the underground researchers. I didn't know they wanted to use her as the base, as a counter to Enid. Because currently that's NIKKE, so the simulation room AI. At least, as far as NIKKE has told us about Enid. So there was supposed to be another one. You don't look happy. Huh? I thought you'd be more excited than anyone to see Eden progress. But you don't seem all that happy about it. That's not true. Of course I'm happy. I just don't broadcast it to the world like everyone else. How much longer are you going to stand outside the circle? How much longer are you going to watch everything from a distance? What are you? From rescuing me from the pursuers in the Ark, to proposing that we build a dream home, to rescuing Johan, testing her on an Isabel, and accepting Noah. Up until now, you just think of everything as part of the journey toward your goal. You've never actually considered us your comrades, have you? You've been judging me and making assumptions about me. Could you please stop? When have I? Your only comrades are those girls from your past. As for us, we're nothing more than a means to an end. Isn't that right? What is it that you really want to say? Try to feel like you belong, get along with your squad mates. Is that what you're getting at? Lecture me like some kind of expert? No, not at all. I just genuinely want to know. In Eden, the decisions of others should not be interfered with, as long as they don't harm its interests. Isn't that the rule? So regardless of what you choose, I don't want to force my opinions upon you. Don't you think that it's even worse that you know the rule, yet you're still asking me such questions? You're right. You definitely crossed the line this time. I apologize if I offended you. Whatever. You can go now. I want to be alone. Alright? Still, I hope you'll come to the party. Everyone seems to be waiting for you. We'll see. Cecil leaves. You want me to step inside the circle? There's no way I can do that. Dorothy gazes at the sky beyond the ceiling. It was the very same blue sky she had once gazed upon that distant day long ago. Because I still have so much unresolved feelings. And I miss it. Up until now, I have yet to cross that thin line that I drew from back then. End of playback. Overdone reference. Loading. Beginning playback. Wowee! Wow. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm silent. Noah gestures toward the apple sitting on the table. We actually grew this. Noah, you literally saw me pluck it. I know that. I'm just saying, The fact that we grew this thing is really fascinating. You're right, although technically I was the one who grew it. So when can we eat it? I suppose we can eat it right now. Right now? Alright, I'll give it a... Noah lifts her head and looks around at the members of Eden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes me number 6. What are you doing? Noah looks back again at the apple, which is now in Cecil's hand. What a shame. What are you talking about? I don't think there'll be enough left for me. Whatever. I'll have some next time. I don't even care that much about this apple anyway. Weren't you just going on about how fascinating it was? That was then. Why are you so stressed out over that? We can just split it evenly. Exactly, 6 equal pieces. 1 for each of us. It's the first fruit of Eden. Everyone deserves to have a bite. Really? You bet. I'm good. All of you can have it. Splitting it into 5 pieces would be harder than cutting it into 6. Just have a piece. And someone else can have my share. It's too much trouble, just eat it. So who's going to cut it? I can use my scythe. What? I don't think that's a good idea. It's hard enough to cut evenly with a sword. You can't possibly do it with a scythe. Have you tried it before? No? Yes, you have, Dorothy. You've used a sword before because of Scarlet. I just saw someone else do it before. Lies and deceit. Well, we don't know if we don't try. I guess so. Forget it. I'll just use my army knife to cut it. I poured my heart and soul into that scythe. I don't want to see it used for something ridiculous. Fair point. Cecil produces a knife. Don't we have to wash it before eating? It's fine. I've already sterilized it. Cecil cuts the apple into 6 slices. I think it's pretty even. Alright, everyone. 1 for each of us. Here you go, Noah. Try it. You're letting me have it first. Yep. Noah grabs a slice of apple. Wow, it's so good. You guys have to try this. Alright, we'll have a bite too. Thank you. Ron and Isabel both grab a slice. That's really nice. Spider-Man has got nothing on this. That's because this is real. Dorothy, eat yours too. And you, Johan. I really don't... Do you want me to feed you? I'll eat it myself. Johan and Cecil each take a slice. Not bad. It sure is. Now you, Dorothy. Dorothy eyeballs the last slice of apple, then picks it up. Wow. It's pretty good. End of playback. Can NIKKE get food poisoning? Yes. NIKKE can be affected by food as much as humans, and we have a few people to prove that. If you've ever seen a NIKKE... Stretchy. If you've ever seen a NIKKE eat Emma's cooking, you know what happens to them. The whole entire cooking oil squad and their, like, events kind of shows that. When the whole entire, like, Slenderman thing happens. Oof. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't done those events yet and want to do any archive, but spoiler warning for them, I guess. In those two events, it's about like the Slenderman production in the arc and how one of the NIKKEs that worked in the Slenderman factories accidentally took a dive into the machinery and they became food themselves. They got mixed into the Slenderman, and like the whole entire batch of Slenderman for that month or something more or less became food poisoning to everyone. Or it became horrible tasting at the very least. And then there's things like MS cooking, where if you eat just a bite of it, you will either puke or you will faint. That includes NIKKEs. NIKKEs have been knocked out by her cooking before. Hydrate. Fair enough. What a plant? I'm not a plant. But yeah, all the past events that I've seen so far, at least, I can give like a very good summary of it, of what happens relative to the story. In terms of like food production in the arc, as well as like anything else, while NIKKEs are slightly more resistant to food poisoning than humans because their body is made of machinery and they don't necessarily process food the same way, they can still be knocked out because of the flavor shock to their brain. Because their brain still believes themselves to be human as much as they can, otherwise they will suffer a mind switch that is explained in the story. If they do not think of themselves as human to an extent, then a disconnect happens between their brain and like their purpose. Mind switch happens, everything goes to shit. So in terms of processing food, they try to make it as accurate as possible to the human experience. So they do suffer symptoms of food poisoning, even if it's not exactly the same. Rappy's story? Yeah, Rappy's story introduces it at first, then they build upon it throughout like several other events. Abandoned Hero's Dream. Loading. Beginning playback. Yeah, there's a lot of safety measures inside of NIKKE's brain to prevent a mind switch from happening. And they try to act as close to as humans as they could because their brain is still a human, but their body isn't. That's one of the things that they covered in the developer interview, actually, in terms of how a NIKKE undergoes, like, replacing their body / replacing body parts in a way where they don't suffer a mind switch. What happens is if you encounter severe trauma in battle, so if your body is sliced in half or you're beheaded, most of the times that NIKKE will suffer a mind switch, otherwise they will go into a state of shock. The replacement process happens when they are unconscious. In the main story, Annis actually goes over that detail in terms of what happened to her. So for the people who are more than halfway through the story, I believe, they cover a part where Rappy gets a little beheaded, and I believe Neon gets cut in half, and Annis has her own, like, state of non-functional. They touch on that again later. The interview that the developers have been doing, it covers a lot of world building questions surprisingly. And I like world building more. Like, it gives more depth to the story than what we're seeing at face value. I would think this is Johan's scene, based on the title. Johan, you're way overdue for a checkup. You know that, right? Yeah. You always say that, but do you ever consider getting a checkup on time? Your body isn't like us NIKKE's. There's no telling what could happen. You want to freeze up in the middle of a battle with the Raptures. I'm here for the checkup now, aren't I? Yes, I suppose you are. Since nagging you won't change a thing, let's get started. You know the drill. The scan should take about 10 minutes. Just lie down and stay still. Okay. Tito leaves the room to operate the body scanning machine. Johan lies down on the device. Commencing scan. Please close your eyes. The body scanning machine whirs to life. Johan closes his eyes. Countless voices he cannot forget echo in his ears. Oh, we're getting background about him now. The second surface reclamation war is bound to be a success. It'll be 100 times bigger than the first surface reclamation war. A commander destined to become a legend. Our new hotshot, Johan, will be joining us. Do we really have to die like this? So meaninglessly. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. The second surface reclamation war failed, and now you want to retreat. You spent so much money, how can you expect us to retreat with no results? Failure is not an option. Reclaim the surface no matter what. Johan's dream. I want to make that dream our dream. Of a reclaimed surface. A reality. I'm sorry, Commander. Due to the recklessness of the new executive commander, Hotshot Johan, the second surface reclamation war has been deemed a failure. Oh, they're blaming it on Johan instead of the government pushing him. Yeah, that sounds about right. Central government has detained him for further investigation at the rehabilitation center. Breaking news. Johan, the executive commander from the second surface reclamation war, has escaped the rehabilitation center and is heading for the surface. Johan, you're surrounded. From now on, shoot anyone who defends Johan. They're all traitors to the Ark. You can't die here, Commander. You have to survive. You can't just stay here. You have to keep going. You must live and clear your name. Shoot him, no mercy. Kill the traitor. Johan. The scan is done. Was that a dream? How long was I asleep? The scan just finished, so about 10 minutes, I'd say. I see. Johan sits up. I can't believe I actually saw you sleeping. I think this is the first time, except for when you first got this body transplant. Back then, I thought you wouldn't make it, so it's hard to tell if you were asleep or dead. Yeah. They really wanted to kill me. They inflicted injuries on me that were severe enough to be life-threatening. If it weren't for you, I would have died right there. Oh, that's why you're a cyborg. Well, I owed you one. After all, you helped me escape from the Ark. Okay, they have history. I did? You certainly did. Your escape from the rehabilitation center distracted all the military. That allowed me to slip out of the laboratory and head to the outer rim, where I took the elevator up to the surface. I see. Still, you're the last person I expected to run into on the surface. At first, I wasn't sure if you'd ever move again. But fortunately, you adapted well. Frankly, when we were treating you, our facilities were sorely lacking. We had to quickly create a mechanical body to treat you, with barely any time to consider its stability. I was honestly a little worried. I wondered if you might just collapse and not get back up. That won't happen. I still have things I have to do. I see. Johan, do you still dream of reclaiming the surface? Yes, I do. I'll make it reality, no matter what. He's technically not a NIKKE, but he's the closest thing you can get to a male NIKKE in that case. End of playback. So, his previous NIKKE squad helped him escape and died in the process, is what I'm saying. Central government be a bitch. Unpredictable. Loading. Beginning playback. In a garden in Eden. Lovely weather. Ron stares absent-mindedly at the sky beyond the ceiling. Never thought I'd be able to stare at the sky so peacefully. I went through so much on the battlefield, and yet somehow it led to all this. I never could have dreamed of a moment like this back then. Ron? Oh, hey, Johan. What are you doing here alone? The weather is absolutely perfect today. I figured I'd soak up some sun and enjoy this moment of peace. A moment of peace. I know, it's strange, isn't it? A few years ago, I never would have imagined I'd be enjoying such luxuries. It just goes to show that life, and fate, is truly unpredictable. I'm not sure I follow. Excluding Dorothy and Noah, everyone in Eden is here because we escaped from the Ark after the second Surface Reclamation War. I just find that so intriguing. All those horrible things I went through. Things too painful to revisit. Who would have guessed that such strong bonds would come from that? It makes me realize that life really is so unpredictable. I see. If my old schoolmates knew that the one and only hotshot Johan was my commander, they'd probably drop dead from shock. Don't you resent me? What do you mean? I bear some responsibility for the Second Surface Reclamation War. Why would you ask me such a question? Never mind. It was a ridiculous question to begin with. You don't have to answer. I see no reason not to answer. I don't resent you. Didn't I tell you when I first got here for training? Whether it's me or my squadmates who stabbed me in the back, we were all sacrificial lambs sent up by the Ark. I viewed you in the same light. You were another scapegoat created by the Ark. They used you however they pleased, and when they had no further use for you, they tossed you aside. You were just a grunt wearing the guise of a hero. So no, I don't resent you at all. There isn't a trace of hatred either. I never asked her, but I'm sure Isabel feels the same. As far as I can tell, she genuinely believes that you're her commander, and would follow you anywhere. You think so? So if you're still holding on to any guilt, let it go. Clinging to the past will only serve as a stumbling block for us now. Heh, Dorothy. Right now, we're not disposable cards to be discarded when things go wrong. We're a team, aren't we? You're right. We are. That's more like it. Hran. Yes? Thank you. I've got to go. Johan takes his leave. The one and only Johan actually thanked me. I knew it. Life truly is full of unpredictability. End of playback. A declaration of glory. Loading. Beginning playback. Eden's spear is ready to go. Finally. Eden's... what? What's that? Is it that massive thing on the top floor? That's right. So what exactly is that massive thing? Come to think of it, I've never heard what that thing's actually for. Why do you build something so huge? To strike down anything extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, as in space. That's right. Never mind, I don't want to know. What's with the whole space thing all of a sudden? Why is the skill getting so huge? Wait, are you talking about... Yes, the Queen. What's this about a queen now? Are we heading to a kingdom of some sort? I'm talking about the Queen of the Raptures. What? The Rapture Queen? How many times do I have to say it? Our goal is to reclaim the surface. To that end, we've chosen the strongest individuals around. Sure, you mentioned that before, but you've never said anything about defeating a queen. If humanity wants to reclaim the surface, going up against the queen is inevitable. So long as the queen continues to exist, raptures will not cease to be created. As was proven in the Second Surface Reclamation War. In order to reach the queen, you must take the lift. And right now, that place is teeming with raptures. And that's why we need something that huge. So we can take down the queen without needing the lift. Precisely. We may be elite warriors, but there are only a few of us. If the raptors swarm us, we won't stand a chance. That leaves us with only one option. Long-distance attacks. The elite NIKKEs will take down any enemy that stands in the way of our attack. I think this is the most viable option we have available to us. That makes sense, but still. Good. Then let's decide right now. Eden will fight with everything it's got to take down the queen. If you're not up for it, you're free to leave. Leave? However, you must return everything that Eden has given you before you leave. If you're fine with that, then go. I won't stop you. This is your last chance. I'm not going anywhere. You heard me. Since we've been granted so much power, we should use it to go up against something worthy of it. Let's fight together. And I'm staying too. Even you, Isabel. I haven't really fought for Eden. And I still haven't fulfilled all my promises to Hran. Most importantly, I don't want to go back to the Ark. What's gone into all of you? I'll be the odd one out if I don't agree, so whatever. I'm in. I'll do it. I don't want to go back to the Ark either. Whether I die here or out there, it doesn't make any difference. It's better to die having fought for something than not fighting at all. So we're all in agreement. Excellent. Looks like our ranks remain unchanged. Right. In that case, we should get started. Alright. It's time we emerge on the surface as a force to be reckoned with. But before that, I have a word of advice. None of you are goddesses of victory. Are you being a bit too harsh? You can't be a goddess of victory. Because you're no longer fighting for humanity. And you're not reclaiming the surface for humanity. The same goes for me. I'm no longer a hero. I won't fight for humanity anymore. Commander. So we'll do it. For a long time, the Ark. No. Not a single human has achieved this grand feat of reclaiming the surface. Neither did the goddess of victory, nor any hero. So what are we? But we will achieve this. Even if we don't get any recognition or glory for our victory. Even if we have to resort to any means necessary. Even if we all perish in the attempt. We must do this. We will achieve this with our own hands. Are you with me? I've never been interested in glory. Everyone in the Ark shall fall over in shock when they see what we've accomplished. I'm not interested in all that stuff either. Since the Ark forced me out, I'm no longer afraid of death, nor am I interested in glory. Alright, we got a shot here, so let's do this. The moment the Ark's door shut on me, glory no longer held any significance in my life. So I'll do it. I must achieve it with my own bare hands. Alright, since everyone's ready to go, attack. End of playback. What are they attacking? They fired Eden's Spear before, but we've never seen it. Also, that scene makes it a lot more sadder with what happened in the event, because at the very end, Haran's last wish was to hear Johan call her a goddess of victory. Oh man. Loading. Beginning playback. Are you kidding me? Here too? What is this? She's even placed this remote is under surveillance. She's also some kind of secret pervert. Why are there cameras installed in such a remote place? Wait a minute. I often come here and cast out the commander and Dorothy. Don't tell me that's all recorded. Is she insane? Why would she install security cameras all the way out here? What should I do? Should I destroy them? No, doing that would get me caught right away. I could take them down, then destroy them somewhere else. What are you doing here all by yourself? Why are you so surprised? Your eyes nearly popped out. You scared me. What do you mean my eyes nearly popped out? I'm dealing with a code red situation right now. If you're not going to help me, then get lost. A code red, you say? What happened? Oh great, now Isabel's here too. At least Dorothy and the commander aren't here. What's going on? Well, Noah tells them about the security cameras installed in the corner. That's what all this fuss is about. I'm not making a fuss. This is a big deal. I don't think destroying the cameras is a smart idea. It could be a good time to review all the past footage. Makes sense. I almost got caught for doing something stupid. So what should I do? How about leaving some more footage? Leaving more footage? What do you mean? I was saying, if you want to hide a tree, plant it in the forest. The more footage this camera captures, the less inclined Cecil will be to sift through it all. Well, that's genius. Okay, then I'll start leaving a bunch of footage. But what should I do exactly? How about a letter to your future love? Ew. I don't think that's in my future. I love myself the most now and in the future. Then leave a letter to your future self. A letter to my future self? Alright, I'll do it. Ahem. Hey, future me. Still doing well over there? Well, keep at it. What in the world was that? I don't know what else to say. If you have nothing to say to yourself, then how about to the future versions of us? No thanks. What can I possibly say to your future selves? Here, how's this for an example? Our future selves, listen up. I'm sure we've succeeded in taking down the Queen. And wiping out all raptors from the surface. The entire surface probably knows Eden's name by now. It's a new paradise, and based on the surface, I'm sure we've proudly shown its grandeur. It was a difficult journey, but we accomplished everything we initially set out to achieve. You've done an amazing job. So now let's live our lives freely, doing whatever we want. Make Eden our home and travel to various faraway places without rapture in sight. Or make Eden an even better paradise. Let's continue living happily in the paradise we created. That was cheesy. You really think everyone's going to go well? Or everything's gonna go well? Who cares? We don't know what the future holds, so it certainly can't hurt to think positively, right? I guess so, but... Haran's right. None of us can tell the future. Here, let me try. Good job, our future selves. I'm sure Haran's probably out exploring a surface completely bereft of raptures. Meanwhile, Noah has probably made a name for herself as the strongest shield around. How far do you plan on taking this delusion? The Prince Cecil is hard at work expanding Eden. And the ever so impressive commander is diving headlong into his training, as he always has. Apparently Dorothy is taking a trip for the first time in ages. As for me, I'm sure I've met someone I love. So we're having a sweet and wonderful time together. To my future love, may we always be together. Well, this actually seems kind of fun. Okay, I'll give it another go. Go on. Can you hear me? Man, this is so awkward. By now, I guess we've reclaimed the surface and defeated the Queen. It's all thanks to my shield protecting you all. You know that, right? So be nicer to me. Stop nagging me all the time. Give me plenty of praise and look out for me, okay? Noah, are you really saying this to our future selves? Yeah, you sure it's not something you want to say to Johan and Dorothy right now? Of course not. I'm talking to us in the future. Fine, if you say so. Sure. Okay, that's enough. This is mortifying. I quit. End the playback. I had no idea that all of this was being recorded. The messages left for the future, huh? Haran, Isabel, Noah. All I can do is remember. So, I promise not to forget. I remember everything they said. And see that your dreams go on. I can't be certain, but I'll try my best and give it my all. So just leave everything behind here. And rest in peace, no matter where you are. Hey, you gotta hit me in the feels at the end. That was at the end after they all got wiped out. Well, that was depressing. Everyone loves a bit of depression, right? her. Okay, we are only at 2 hours and something. We do have solo raid going on. I guess I'll do that next. Add that to the title, solo raid Queen 001. Save that. Okay. I am probably going to be retrying this once I have Libby, but might as well get an attempt in. We are win coded this time around. Okay. What options do we have? Not many. And I'm being forced to drink water. What's the thirsty? My throat was straining a little bit at the end, I will admit. Having Libby here would help a lot, but we'll deal with it.
泳いでいこっか。
民の外の方がよろしいのですか？
Here's a
冗談
burst
です。
one. You have enough to do
外の方がよろ
this.
しいのですか？冗談です。
王子様の望みなら喜んで。
This is gonna be an all-out assault team. So we're gonna need another burst 3. We could put Mihara in this team for passive damage, or we could put someone else. Secondary buffer, maybe. We can do re-enter bursts. Tia does taunting, so she's gonna clash with Crown's taunting if we do that. She does healing. We don't need a healer on this team specifically, so we need more damage, which means re-enter her burst too.
そんなに私と一緒にいたいの？
I'm gonna have fun with that burst order. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, it's music. Okay, what are your mechanics? We need to activate Viper. Okay, side wipe first. That does a third of health for this team, so other teams need to dodge. Now that's half health. Okay, what happens if we dodge? How much shield does it take up? It sounds like the same singer for Lost Kingdom. Okay, she tries one there. Learning mechanics on the fly is always fun. Okay, that is Definite dodge followed by another hit. Okay. Five remaining targeted. Up to 3. That one's wind coated. Missile barrage doesn't do much damage. We can ignore that one. And repeat. Okay, swipe. Yeah, then repeat. Bad phase 2. She makes a Q, and I'm effing up. Okay. Dodge. Single target. Okay. So she's either you guard or you're dead. I need to like sit up straight for these targets. Speaking of which, I think I hit my tailbone bunny somewhere. My tailbone hurts for some reason. 1, 2, nope. A little faster there. So right as she pulls her hand back is when I need to guard. There are 2 different ways you can memorize people's targets' bosses' movements. The first one is learning the timing of when their animation starts to when you need to guard. The other one is just purely based on animation and your gut. I do it off my gut. How different would life be if we all had a tail? Depends on the type of tail. Yeah, like that one was way too early. If I had a tail, I would want like a cat tail that's fluffy. That sounds like fun. One, 2, 3, guard. 1, 2, guard. I'm pretty sure Cindy can brute force this one with her built-in shield. Yep. That's a lot better. Tiny missiles don't really matter. This phase is fine. 1, 2, 3, guard. 1, 2, guard. I think I have the timing for that now. Make a Q. Might be better. Fluffy dogtail or foxtail would be nice. Smack people in the face with fluff. Exactly. Now here's the thing, I already do that with my hair because I usually wear it in a ponytail, so if you like rotate it fast enough, you can whack people in the face. I'm a menace. One, two, three, guard. 1, 2, guard. Targeting Simon. I'm a Brett, not a menace. I can be both. I only whack people in the face that I like, okay? That makes me sound like a Cinder, though. I usually do it when I'm pouty. I'm a Cinder? No, I used to be a Cinder, but a thing called trauma happened, and I don't usually act that way anymore. I used to be one, then life happened. 1, 2, 3, guard, too fast. Maybe a slight delay there on the first one. Yeah, I can 100% say I used to be a Cinder. It's not... Let's say it didn't go well. I'm more so a Kudera now, if anything. One, 2, 3, guard. 1, 2, guard. I need to get to phase 2. I haven't learned phase 2 yet. At this point, phase 1 is becoming muscle memory. Make the Q. That's good. I got this phase 2 look like. Guard, 1, 2, guard. Then rinse, repeat. That was a horrible break. Viper. I have a better idea for this team, actually. What if I put Chime in to make her on a DPS? Okay, we're gonna go off the rails for a bit. Restart the game. What if we make a DPS crown? Because the flex spot, well, it's not gonna do damage. We might as well buff someone else while doing it. But do I want to make Chime Guest for that? Viper needs to be swapped out, though. That's not working as well as I intended. Ow, my neck. Ah.
勝利の女神ニケ。
Because the funny thing about Chime is her skills are purely to buff Crown, and only Crown. Attacks 25% continuously, daily report, normal attack multiplier. Re-enter burst skill 2. Max damage capacity for attack damage. Wait, you're a re-enter burst? Actually, this might not be a bad idea. One moment, I have an idea. She might be a better re-enter burst than Viper in this case. I did not expect to build Chime today. Of all people. We have the boxes over here. We have these extra boxes. It's either Snow White or Chime. We are... And who's in my shop right now? They can also show up in the shop mileage store for normal. Let's know it right now. Chime was in here. I did see her. I also saw Snow White. Okay, we're gonna test it without the extra copies for now. Because Chime's not the one that's doing the damage, per se. You are going to have burst charge, I guess. We are purely a support role. This feels stupid, but it's gonna pay off, hopefully. In terms of Libby, we'll just build her over time. We can reset Chime next year if needed. If need be. Should I give you a doll? Sure. I'll give you a base doll. In terms of your equipment... We'll upgrade it, but we won't overload it. And now the part that pisses everyone off for some reason. I don't care if there's an auto select button, I'm gonna select this manually. I like having spares. There we go.
お嬢様のお言葉に文句をつけるとは。
Where does that put her? She's with Privity. She's not exactly a powerhouse, that's for sure. Okay, replace you with Chime.
ついに私の出番なのだ。
We'll get the skill pieces for Libby over time. It's an investment. Not a smart one for the current solo raid, but we use Crown a lot, so. Two, three, third, 1, 2, third. I don't know if it's because the Cindery thing is still on my screen, but there's a lot in my head when it comes to quote-unquote being a Cindery. There's a lot of emotional pain that comes with this. Is the thing. Because it's one of the easiest ways to create misunderstandings. Admittedly. And now I'm being picky because that could be better. Not only do you end up confusing yourself by the way you act, you end up confusing the person that you don't want to have a negative opinion of you. So at this point, I just find the Cindery trope can be cute to some people, but I find it very... It's a conflicting emotion for me. Exasperation, maybe? The closest thing I can think of.
クラウン王国の光のもとにひざまずきなさい。
Would a Sindri admit they are one if asked? Most of the time, no. Either by choice because they're stubborn as shit, or because they just aren't aware of it. Because the whole reason they are being a Cinder is because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be looked down upon in a way, but they do want to be noticed. At least by the person that they want to be noticed by. There's different levels of Cinder as well. Are you trying to... You want me to blip in this shit? I was gonna need a reset anyways. There you go. Sounds challenging. There's different levels of Cinder. There are people who are the typical anime Cinder where it's like, I don't like you, or like, I don't care about that. Like those type of Cinders. Those are the more verbal ones. There is ones who do physical violence. There are ones who do emotional distancing. There are levels to it. Most of the times, those type of people aren't doing it consciously either. They're doing it as a defense mechanism, that's what I'm saying. Because they don't want to be hurt. But they still want to express interest in some way, it's just not coming out in the right way. You have invulnerability right now? Yes, you do. This is a really weird fight to have in the background while talking. For some reason it's easy to do the rotations without thinking. Yeah, there was a point in my life that I was admittedly a Cinder at. And I liked, I'd say, 3 people during that time. None of it went well because of the way I was acting. And it's always the thought of if I acted differently, then it wouldn't have been as bad as the thought. So I kind of changed that for myself because of that. I sort of like, but it really was a surface level type of like back then. The older you get, you start looking for different things in people. I don't know how Siren's still alive, but we're gonna persist. Because I missed the guard there.
ラウン王国の光のもとにひざまずきなさい。
Okay, then last phase is just this over and over again. Understood? Unless then reverse, yeah. That was pretty damn good, I'd say. That was the damage. The amount of damage that Crown did compared to what she would do, because Chime's here, I'll take that. She did almost half of Rappy. That's a big boost. The setup works perfectly for this team, actually. I will take that. We just need to rebuild Crown a little bit to be more DPS oriented. Because if I am correct, her overloads are not optimized in the slightest. It's only ammo. Yeah, it's mainly ammo. If she has a bit more attack rolls, that would be actually good. Okay, next team. I like how my brain is swapping between NIKKE and life right now. It's an interesting thing to flip between. Next team is Nana's. For threes, we are going to either need a re-enter or... Yeah, we can do re-enter or Tia. Tia or Naga? Do we say Tia for Naga though? So you're healing, casters, both. Max ammo, healing. So we're gonna put in Tia. 2 bursts 3s. With Nayata. Everything's going on the Pierce team. Menace is going on the no ammo team. This is the opposite of that. We have somewhat healing here. As long as we guard, we should be fine. We have all the shield regeneration. Mihara needs to go on a team with 3 burst 3s. Which leaves these 2, but those are Pierce team oriented. This is an interesting place to be in. A2 is... What are you more focused on again? A2 is damage to parts, we don't have that here. Raven... Damage to parts. The brain is going brrr. More water. It would have worked if we had Libby. I'm gonna restructure this once I get her. Let's see here. Alice and we'll do Alice and Raven.
私を意のままにできるのはあの方だけだ。
Raven does more damage than A2 in this case. Anyways, back to depression topic. Once I get the hang of this rotation. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay. Who do I go on to? I guess Tia for burst jet. The damage in terms of her. Oh, we don't want to be in burst for that. I made myself an interesting team. Okay. Okay, wait for Tia because we need her to be in not rocket launcher mode. There you go. Your workout isn't letting you sign in, you can't check when your shift is. That's not good. How many NIKKE stats do you know, like the back of your hand? Stats or skills? Like builds? Like what are you talking about specifically? I have fucked myself. Okay, hold on burst as well. Are you talking about like skills? Skills? Everyone that I use actively, more or less. I know most NIKKE's general like hit of what they are good for. In terms of like the tiny boosts and percentages, I would need to look at again, but I know what everyone's role is to an extent. Can you please target Tia instead? Not more the app is down again, it fucking has been down before. How long has it been down last time then? Underestimate how incompetent this place is? Apparently! Multiple important things have been down before. I believe that. Don't doubt that. That could have been better. And this is the burst I need to hold. Bullshit. So this thing needs to be in a burst to do that. Yeah, Raven was the good choice there. 246. And it was 3. It's not that much of a loss. 14 seconds. It's the first day attempt, it's fine. Might need to change out Alice, though, for later. Finally logged in. That's good. Burst 1. What's there? could probably put her here. Pierce damage, attack up. Attacking core.
どこでもあなたにお供します。行こう。
Yeah, look at Pierce setup, and there's this setup.
最高の手札となって差し上げます。
準備運動はバッチリです。
行きましょう、ユニ。
My brain is frying itself trying to think of a combination.
Um, あなたが望むなら共に参りましょう。
Excellent allies. Stack can recover as effects changes. Hit, rate, attack, reload speed. Attack. Hit rate, attack, reload. Okay, this team works adorably. I believe I can set this verse to be auto, so I don't have to think about that.
この件で全てを切る。
メイドフォーユー。人手の飾りいいよね。人手の飾りいいよね。役立つ。私のロマンを見せてやる。ロマンのために。サンゴのパンケーキ、親パフェ。
Okay, so sassy yes there.
焼くとっておきの看板メニュー召し上がれ。ラブラブメイドパワー。人手の飾りいいよね。焼く私のロマンを見せてやる。ロマンのために。パンケーキ親パフェ。人手の飾りいいよね。サンドのパンケーキ親パフェ。焼くとっておきの看板メニュー召し上がれ。
Why does this team take more focus than the other one?
メイド焼くとっておきの看板メニュー召し上がれ。サンドのパンケーキ親パフェ。人手の飾りいいよね。焼くと私のロマンを見せてやる。全てを終わらせましょうか。メイドフォーユー。鋭くすぐに行こう。親パフェ。焼くとっておきの看板メニュー召し上がれ。人手の飾りいいよね。サンドのパンケーキ親パフェ。焼くとラブラブメイドパワー。メイドフォーユー。人手の飾りいいよね。人手の飾り役立たずの楽園から追放するのみ。とっておきの看板ラブラブ召し上がれ。サンドのパンケーキ親パフェ。メイドフォーユー。役立つこの剣で全てを切る。サンドのパンケーキ親パフェ。すぐに行こう。メイドフォーユー。もっと早くできるはずよ。なかなか役立たずの楽園から追放するのみ。あなたに勝利をもたら
That
し
team
ま
needs
し
to
た。
be reversed. Not enough wind.
OK エキサイティングしてみる？
Yeah, once I have Libby, the last 3 teams are gonna be reworked. But for now. Doing what we have.
とっとと終わらせようぜ。この子マジで今日の私全力で戦う。ボリューム上げて。 ちょっとタイム、ちょっとタイム。今日の私どう？セクシーすぎるか？ん？この服マジでだりーな。今日のは全力で戦う。ボリューム上げて。とっとと終わらせようぜ。とっとと終わらせ。
大人になるまで待っててほしい。
一緒に片付けるぞ。ちょっとタイム。全力で戦う。さあ最後まで参りましょう。とっとと終わらせ。全力で戦う。さっさと始末して帰ろうぜ。この服待って。全力で戦う。一緒に片付けるぞ。リロー全力で戦う。ボリューム上げて。全力で戦う。ボリューム上げて。マイクテスト中。この服待って。全力で戦う。
もう少し頑張ろうかな。
As long as we hit 1 billion.
全力で戦う。一緒に片付けるぞ。全力で戦う。さっさと始末して帰ろうぜ。全力で戦う。
もう少し頑張ろうかな。
インターミッション。ちょっとタイム。全力で戦う。
So this phase is just pure damage from what I'm saying. Team 3 was lacking that.
まだパーティーは終わってねえよな。さっさと帰って最後まで楽しもうぜ。
遊びに来てまで仕事？もう。
さて何を着ればいいのかね。
ヒーローラプラス出撃だ。
さて何を着ればいいのかね。
And this is our throwaway team. I don't know why my wrist just flinched there. You saw me go up. What bullet? We should hit the 1 billion mark. Pretty easily, actually. Yeah, Team 3 just needs to have Libby inserted, then it should be fine. Because Libby pairs well with SBS and Alice. And we don't have a burst. And we're dead. This could be pushed a lot further. Day 1 we are 1.19. Could be better, could be worse. I'm gonna assume everyone's using Libby. Yeah, we have Libby SBS right there. One person's using Noise. We got the Evangelion duo, Naita, and we have Sakura. Yeah, this seems to be the formula everyone's following. Okay. Well, this thing still has 4 days to go. We can improve that over time. More water. Okay, last thing we check before we end for today. The surface reclamation stuff. So I've been doing this off stream in my own time because it takes forever. For those of you who have not started this yet, start it, because it's not something you can do the last day or the last week. You are forced to wait for timers for upgrading stuff. And at a certain point, the timers become up to 2 hours or more. So I think most things at level 3 take 2 hours, and there are stuff that take half a day to do. So 12 hours or more. Especially if your team dies, then you are going to be at the 12-hour mark or more. Healing people, it takes a while. I finally got to the point where all my dead people are healed because of this boss over here murdered everyone. This thing murdered 8 of my teams. I had to recover through everyone, and I'm finally at the last batch after 3 or 4 days. So don't die, for one. Yeah, this thing is huge. So this is sector 1. And you can tell which sectors they are by the wall barricades. This is sector 2. Sector 3 is barricaded here, and that spans this whole region. That's good. I was gonna start sector 3 once everyone's healed, then there's another wall somewhere in between here, and this is sector 4. So no, this is not possible the last day or the last week, probably. There's a reason the beta testing is over a span of 2 months. Basically, treat it like you would treat your dailies, even though there are no dailies in here. You produce daily collectibles. I'm pretty sure I have enough to send my 4th team out now. I will say some of the mechanics in this game mode can be really confusing to people. So the way you form teams in here is a lot different from the base game. You have 3 things you need to consider. The NIKKE's abilities, which are all different now. You have their element as well as their weapon type you have to look at. So if you look at like leader right now, both the iron and the weapon type is grayed out. You need to match them with one other of their element or weapon type and it'll light up and it'll give you a bonus, is my understanding of that. But if you have 2 of the same ability type for ones that don't stack, then you're wasting a slot. So for this one, you would want to match them, but at that point, the weapons become an issue. It's very fun trying to piece things together. I say ironically. Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher shield. Water. So like something like this is the ideal where everything is lit up for the whole team. The only complaint I have with this game mode, it takes forever for people to walk around. Like, actually forever. Because you can't start a team outside of main base. Oh, god damn it. Keep going. Anyways. I think everything is upgraded now, so as far as it can be. outside of material sorted. Just yeah, this game mode exists. How many miles do you think each hexagon is? I mean, looking at the scale of the NIKKE, I don't think it's that far. We're just ignoring how it takes like several minutes for them to get like come over here. Because there is no shortcuts between sectors. You have to go through every single sector to get to the like next sector. It's stupid. You have to go through 2 and 3 to get to 4 and so on. I wish they would have made like some type of shortcuts for the people who made it to the later sectors, just so you don't have to wait as long. Okay, the next thing I have to do here is this wall, which will activate a battle to unlock Sector 3. I'm gonna do that off stream. Because a lot of this game mode is just staring at the screen and waiting for things to happen. I guess a few tips for commanders who are going through this game mode that I've noticed. Upgrading shit takes a while, but the trial, like, dialogue that's here, the mission dialogue, usually it guides you pretty well on what order you need to do things. Production was one of the confusing ones for me. It'll tell you which ones to make as you go through the missions. The batteries are specifically for recharging the stations that are out here, and they don't deteriorate that fast, so waiting until like 30%, I'd say, is when you would want to make a new battery. Each sector, as you go up, the battery takes longer to make, so keep that in mind, I guess. The most important thing to do in here is to upgrade the research tab. Because this, not only does it give you access to more squads, it ups production as well as lowers timers that you have to wait for. Then there are some people who don't know what the hell does the supply depot is for. It just gives you more shit if you don't want to wait, if you have the boxes. Everything else, you kind of just learn trial by fire. You learn it the trial by fire style. Yeah, I have 1,000 something gold mileage. We're gonna wait for the daily poll, see how that goes. If I get her through a daily poll, you guys will know. If I don't get her through a daily poll, you guys will also know. This one includes a little bit more rage than the other one. Okay, let's move over here. I think I'm gonna call it there for now. We hit 3:30. I think that's a good time. Another stretch. Anyways, I will be back on... What day is it today? I will be back on Monday with most likely either Persona or Resident Evil, depending on how I feel, I guess. More leaning towards Persona because we did take a bit of a break from Persona, so I want to keep that rolling again. The week after, continuing Amnesia the Bunker, so I might as well pair the horror games together. The Persona and Amori, most likely, then the rest of the week I'll give a reminder once it's Monday again. Let's see here. Anyone to raid is the question. Anyone I know that I can send you guys off to? Do. There's a few people. I like how when I scroll through the NIKKE category, it's like, I see Cindy, neurons activate. Another Cindy enjoyer. So who looks like a good person we can go into? Time to spin a wheel and just choose someone, I guess. Best NIKKE event ever. Can we get even darker? Anime, chill, clean, family friendly. That's a bit different from us. Are you waving off to bed, or what is that face? English mature audience. Are they a frog? Sure, we're going into the frog. Actually, maybe that timer doesn't make sense. Brain no braining. It has been up for... I seem to be just chilling in the main lobby. We'll send you guys off over here. If Opera cooperates with me. Opera. I think... Okay, things are a bit broken right now. How about this? Just scatter. Scatter to wherever you want to go to. It's a bit broken. Infinite loading bar is not a good thing, usually. Okay. Well, we didn't have much stuff today. I guess it's at the end of stream. As usual, hopefully you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Take care of yourselves. Appreciate everyone that stopped by, especially the lurkers. I see you guys. I'll be back Monday, as I stated, with whichever game we feel like at that point. The raid's not working, so just go off to whatever you want to do. And until next time, bye-bye.